Hello, welcome to episode 610 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, in today's episode, we're talking about how to sell like a coffee shop. How to sell like a coffee shop. And in particular, I'm thinking of a coffee chain in London, Pret a Manger. Seems to be one on every single corner. In central London, there are Prets everywhere, and they're a very successful business. But what are they really doing? I think for the most part, Pret a Manger is not really about the food or the coffee. Pret a Manger is essentially, for a lot of people, myself included when I'm in town, is a co-working space. Actually, they're selling you an experience. A Pret a Manger, yes, it has food and coffee and everything else, but it has a nice atmosphere, plenty of seating, good Wi-Fi, and lots of plug sockets. Lots and lots of plug sockets. If it didn't have good seating, lots of plug sockets, good Wi-Fi, I don't know how successful they would be. Because if you go into a Pret in central London, you'll often see people there with their laptops out, paperwork everywhere, they're doing work. Like I say, it's kind of a co-working space. So the moral of the story today is just be aware of what you're really selling to your buyers, because maybe they're not buying it for the intended use that you had. And if they're not, that's fine, but make sure you cater to that. So Pret have recognized that lots of business people use their coffee shops as a pit stop, as kind of a short meeting space. Sometimes you meet potential clients there. I've seen people have job interviews in Prets and things, or it could just be a place where you can catch up on a bit of work, which is what I do in between meetings, perhaps, if I'm in London. But it's more about that than about the food and the coffee. So they've made sure they've catered to that with plug sockets, nice environment, good Wi-Fi, and having one on every single street corner, it seems, in London. So in your own business, just pay attention to that. What are people really buying from you? And this goes back to a previous notion about 6 million episodes ago on the podcast of selling the destination, not the journey. Nobody's buying what you're selling per se. They're buying the thereafter, what it's going to mean for them. So if I buy something from you, what's going to happen for me? What's going to happen to me? Whatever you're selling is just a vehicle to get me from A to B. In the case of Pret, yes, I might be hungry and I'll buy a sandwich, or I might want a cup of coffee. But more often than not, probably about 70-80% of the people in there are doing a bit of work, having a meeting. It's not really about the food and the drink. They're just buying a coffee because they feel like they have to, because they sat there for a bit, but maybe they don't even want one because they just need a place to do some work. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow in episode 611, we're going to be talking about a phrase, something that I firmly believe in. It's one of those kind of general life phrases of how to lead a good life, but it definitely applies in business. I'll explain more about that in tomorrow's episode. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another exciting edition of the Daily Sales Message.